Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaff here, going over an important video where we cover Goto Yuji, the mid to early game king, where he might actually be bugged. Is he facing nerfs like I faced a while ago? We'll see. A lot of people are spreading this information and it's going around like wildfire, but I never want to, regurgitate information that I see. I always want to test it out. I never want to give out misinformation. That is my goal in this channel. So let's test it out. We want to see whether or not, based on what people are saying, if Goto's weapon passive applies, if his skill passive applies as well. When it comes to his E, his basic skill Reverse Tempest gives us a major buff when it comes to our main damage dealing and breaking skill, the Phantom's Heavenly Hurricane. As you know, we get a 30% skill damage and break damage bonus when we use this skill right here to our first basic skill. So I want to test that out, but also we're getting a lot of misinformation when it comes to his passives that might actually be true. We don't know. We'll see. When it comes to his A4 bonus, I'm being told it doesn't apply, but I'll show you that it might actually apply. But again, we'll test that on this video. I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. But when it comes to his A5 passive, this one right here, when it comes to our Phantom's Heavenly Hurricane, our Reverse Tempest, and also our Storm Blade can be used 2 more times, and each attack deals bonus damage equal to 10% of the skill's damage dealt. Now, when it comes to this right here, I think it's actually bugged. We'll see. I want to test all this out in this video because Goto right now could actually be a better hunter if all these passives don't work. Because if they do, we get massive bonuses like a 30% crit damage bonus. So let me jump in and show you how everything works. That way you understand whether or not Goto is bugged, because right now, I don't think he's fully bugged. I think people are just misunderstanding how he works and how Netmarble, unfortunately, displays the passives in-game, which needs to be changed. Oh my gosh. But very quick everyone, this is pretty much one of your last reminders when it comes to the free supporter program that I can send you free codes on. Make sure, if you haven't supported us yet, to go to the link down below and you press this button right here. That way you support us. After 24 hours from supporting, you go to the top right, you press the My Page button. You see that right there, the My Page button. You press that. This page comes up, you scroll down, under my support, my name should come up right here, you keep going down, and under receive benefits, you should get 6 codes sent to you 24 hours after supporting. There's one more code coming out. We had 8 before, 2 expired, so we have 6 right now plus 1, so do support us that way. You can get a bunch of codes like map power extracts, essence stones, and more. You do not want to miss out on all the juicy benefits. And also a big shout out to our boy Mortal Burrito for when you first comment to our last video. Here's your shout, bro, and enjoy that juicy exclusive Discord role. Now, testing Goto will actually be very easy. First off, obviously, we want to take off all our artifacts because I want to just see our crit damage and our damage raw. You can see we have high precision. That means our minimum and maximum damage will all pretty much be the same, so we don't have to worry too much, and our crit rate is so low that we won't crit in game too much or ever at all, so our damage will be consistent. So let me jump in and show you. The first thing I want to test is our second basic skill, this right here, and also our passive. So I want to see, do we get bonus break damage but also bonus skill damage when we use Reverse Tempest first, and then we use our Phantom's Heavenly Hurricane. So let me jump in. I also want to test this right here. We'll do it at the same time when it comes to our A4 bonus, whether or not it applies, and whether or not it applies to Goto. Very important. So let's go to the Battlefield Trials. Let's go all the way to floor 60 for the Hunter mode. Always defaults to player. Boom. Let's do that. Jump in here, easy peasy, and start. You can see right here we have a team. I'm going to swap these around. Boom. That should be fine. And our shadows don't give us any passives when it comes to our crit rate, crit damage, or damage in general. Just some defense spend, which is fine. So let me jump in. We're going to use our combo first, raw giggity. We're going to use our Q, our Phantom's Heavenly Hurricane. I love that name. That is one of the best skill names right now in the game. So we're going to jump in, watch this very carefully. We're going to jump in here, and we're going to record our damage. Let's do it 3 times, chat. Let's record our damage 3 times when it comes to the spam. I'll cut it out. You don't have to sit through it with me. So first off, we dash, and then boom, 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 boom. Watch this, and we got 114,000. So note that, 114,000. And let's jump in again 2 more times. Boom, 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 boom. And we got 111,000. So again, very consistent damage. We got 114 and 111. Let's do it one more time. And for our third and last time, we got 116. So you can see it is very consistent. Our range was between 116 and 111. So we're going to do it again, but this time, watch very carefully. Look at the break bar up top. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bars left. And that is consistent. I'll show you again. I'm going to use our Q and only our Q, and then I'll use in the next run our E, our second basic skill. So you can see it is consistent, and we actually get the buffs applied. but watch very carefully after this run. I'll show you why people are very confused, because GOTO right now does have a hidden buff. Yes, I'll show you. So we're gonna dash here, watch this, look at the break bar, look at the damage, again, very consistent, 118, and we have 4 bars left, 1, 2, 3, 4 up top. That's perfect. Now, I want to retry, and I want to jump back in, and I want to use his first basic skill, and then use our Q, the Phantom's Heavenly Hurricane. I can never stop saying it. What a good name. So, watch very carefully. I'm going to look away from the Scorpion, just so we don't hit him really quick. Boom, I saw you use it. Boom, okay. Now, watch very carefully. We're going to wait for his ass to come out. Now, watch very carefully. Look at the damage, but look at the break bar. 140,000. So the passive does work when it comes to our second basic skill, but also the break bar went down by an astounding amount, well, by about 1.5 bars extra. So we can say his E passive does work, but the issue is, watch very carefully. You'll see why I'm not a big fan of Netmarvel's passives, because if we use his E, watch right here, I'm going to use it, we get no additional passive effects being applied, no additional buffs. You can see down below, we only get the same buff we get when we spawn into the match, so no bonus buffs. That's why people are confused. They're assuming GOTO is bugged, but you have to test out the numbers to watch this. The numbers never lie. We got 157,000 damage, which again is way more than our last runs, and we got that juicy bonus break bar amount. You can see the break bar is way lower than not using our E first, so that's one thing clarified. Now I want to try whether or not his passive works on himself. Very important. We want to see his GOTO buff himself, but does he even buff anyone else? That's the real question here. But just for confirmation's sake, let me do it one more time. We're going to use our E. Watch very carefully. No passive we applied. See, no passives come up, but our damage does go up. Oh, I'll have to wait for him to dig down. I hate that skill. So watch this. The break bar is about to go down, and our damage is increased by a nice amount. 146k. So very consistent damage when we don't randomly crit. Very nice. So we can confirm his basic skill works, but how about his raw damage when it comes to the 24% A4 bonus when the target is in the third slot, that being your hunter? So I'm going to swap him in right over here. Let's enter in, and remember, when it came to our baseline numbers, we had around 116 to 111,000 to our damage. So watch this, switch to GOTO, no buffs being applied. Our hunters do not have any sets on them, I'm assuming. I'll double check, maybe Song has some random artifact set on it. So watch very carefully here. We're going to use our skill. Boom, 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 boom. Watch the damage, and 137,000. Already more than our first runs when it came to not using our E. So we can say the A4 bonus is applied. And then you'll say, well, Zaff, don't you want to do it multiple times? Testing it out. Well, I have before I did the video. I actually tested it out before anything. So just to be sure, I know what I'm talking about. I always test things first, but let me show you one more time. Same thing. We're going to do this, use our Q. We should get more damage, just base damage coming in, and 141,000. Remember, we didn't use our E. It is just the A4 passive bonus, which I can confirm does work on GOTO. Now, the thing I want to do as well, actually, let me just confirm that we get even more damage coming in when we use our E and our Q when GOTO is on the third slot. Watch very carefully. We should get, I'm assuming, close to 200,000 damage. That's my guess. So I'm going to do this, okay? The passive is applied, and now I'm going to jump in and show you just how good GOTO can be based on all these juicy passives. So, dash forward, watch this. I'm guessing 200,000, and we get, okay, 181. Not too bad. So, the A4 bonus and the second basic skill does apply. So I wonder what people are talking about when they say it doesn't work. It's working for me. I guess they're just confused when it comes to the passive not popping up on the screen, which is annoying, right? We do want that to pop up, but it's fine. It's something we have to realize doesn't work entirely based on how Netmarvel sets up the UI. But the next thing I want to test is very important. That is his weapon passive. So to test this, very simple. I'm just going to rely on our basic skills. Basically, if we go to our damage right over here, when it comes to our stats, crit damage, that is, hunters, if we go to GOTO, boom, look at our stats here, we have 50% crit damage. That means if we get a 30% buff, that would be major. So let me jump in, same thing again. What we're going to do is either use Reverse Tempest or Storm Blade. Let me see which ones those skills are. Reverse Tempest, so I'll use this skill first, and then I'll just basic attack, very simple. So let me jump into here and see just how it applies. And remember, we do not get a passive pop-up, so we don't know if it applies unless we look at our damage. So very simple, do this, jump in here and see what works and what doesn't. So first off, what I want to do is dash in, and then wait for the Scorpion to spawn in. But first I want to test out our basic attack damage before I do anything here, okay? So I'm gonna dodge this very quick. Now, we're waiting for crit. 205, no crits there. We want a crit. It's a 5% chance, folks. Can we please crit that marble? Oh no. Okay, there we go. 3071, beautiful. Now, so we saw 3071. We're going to use our E. That is, I think, the Storm Tempest move. I forgot the name. That gives us a, well, it would have given us a bonus, but he went underground. Let me wait again. I'm going to wait for the skill to come back up. Then we're going to apply it, and then we're going to attack. So, there we go. Beautiful. Now we're going to see, do we get over 305 damage? Of course. He hits us. 305. Come on, crit, please, that marble. Oh, yeah, applied. Boom. We did 3676. Now, watch very carefully. The passive will go away. It's hidden. We don't know when it's going to apply. I'm going to wait like 10 more seconds, right? To ensure the passive goes away. And we didn't just do magically more damage. So right now, it looks like the weapon passive does work. So I'm very confused as to what's bugged. I don't know what people are talking about by saying Goto is bugged. He's not looking bugged to me right now, besides one thing that I can confirm. So wait, we're going to wait for that, okay? We're waiting for a crit here, 205. There, 3075, you saw that. Now watch very carefully, use a skill, get the crit damage being applied there. Let me dodge these, waiting for a crit. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. 5% chance, don't die, Goto. It's a, okay, there we go. 3692, so again, we got around a 20% damage bonus, which makes sense. A 30% crit damage bonus on top of the 50 we have, kind of translates to that 20% mark. So, right now we can confirm a lot of things. His A4 passive works, his weapon passive works, his E works, that being a second basic skill, buffing our phantoms, Heavenly Hurricane, and what else is left? Oh, I know, the one thing I really want to show you is this right over here, going down, going down. As you can see, when it comes to Goto's A5 passive, he should give us a pretty nice effect because we can use our skills 2 more times when it comes to Phantoms, Heavenly Hurricane, the Reverse Tempest, and the Stormblade. But some of these skills do not actually work as intended. Watch this. Let me just hop in. We can count how many times we can use Phantoms, Heavenly Hurricane. Everyone take a shot for every single time I say that. No, don't actually do that. You'll be drunk by now. But watch very carefully. So we can use it 8 times because Goto is all the way to the A5 mark. So watch very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. That was only 6 times. Why can't I use it 8 times? That's very strange. But when it comes to Stormblade, same thing. I should be able to use it 2 times, right? This right here, you can see Reverse Tempest becomes Stormblade, increasing its damage by 50%. So that's why when it comes to using our skills, we have to make sure we get the Demonic Soul effect being applied. And that applies when the exercise gets applied 5 times. So, to use the skill, the Stormblade, we have to make sure we use our second basic skill, then this skill right here at least 5 times, and then we use this again. So we can technically use this skill twice, right? So that does apply, but when it comes to our Phantoms, Heavenly Hurricane, can we use it 6 times or 8? Let me show you. Let me jump in, just a little cut there. Just to tell you what I'm talking about. A lot of people are new to the game. They don't know that our skills can change and what Stormblade is. So let me jump in. We're going to count how many times we use our Q. So watch very carefully right over here while we spawn in. Okay, we're going to switch to Goto and count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we want to see if we can do it 8 times when it comes to the combination of our Stormblade or whatever it's called, the second basic skill, and see if that changes our Phantoms, Heavenly Hurricane. Take a shot for every single time I said. But okay, let's do this. We're gonna dodge this. Okay, watch very carefully. So we're gonna use our E first. Applied. Now this comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6, but boom, Stormblade comes out. So does that count as 2 casts or is it just still 1? Because they're kind of different skills. I'm not too sure. But anyways, we're gonna break, and I'm gonna use our ultimate because we could maybe require our ultimate cast before the A5 bonus applies. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get our ultimate up here, and then I'll use it in a full rotation, and then maybe with the ultimate activation, our skill passive comes up. I have no idea. So, watch very carefully. Same thing. Use our basic skill, and done. Now we use our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, same thing. There's a 6th one. It kind of lagged there. And now we have our ultimate up. So I do want to get more mana though. So give me a second here. Let me regen some mana. Alright, so our mana is regen. Watch very carefully. We're going to use our E, okay, as usual, and use our Q. So 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, we're going to use our E again. And now our ultimate skill. Watch very carefully. Let's see what happens right here. Our ultimate comes out. Does this make our skills last or affect longer? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, uh-oh. Out of mana. That's not good. 4. Can we get it to apply one more time, please? 5, 6. Nope. Just 6 times again. So, it looks like Goto's A5 is actually bugged, regardless of whatever we do. So that's good to know. At least people weren't necessarily wrong. They were wrong when it came to his passives, though. I guess people were just confused when it came to Goto and how his passives apply. Remember, his passives do not pop up, so I guess they didn't test out the damage. I'm assuming you have to test out the damage to ensure the bonuses are not being applied. But at least we got one takeaway from this video. When it comes to Goto, the only thing that doesn't work is his, let me show you, boom, 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 all the way down here, up here. We took off his artifacts, sorry folks. There we go. So when it comes to Goto, the only thing I can confirm that doesn't work is his A5 passive, where we can't use our skills 2 more times, which kind of sucks. That would make him pretty much arguably the best breaker forever, right? I don't think another unit could ever break that fast. This skill right here basically deletes everything's break bar. No enemy can survive this combo, so you'll always break no matter what, which is kind of crazy. Remember, I didn't have a greed set applied, and the effect wouldn't apply either when it comes to the Death Stalker. It doesn't have an elemental weakness, so right now, Goto, if that gets fixed, he'll become way more capable, but his damage won't change too much. His break, though, will become better, which is exciting. When it comes to his A4 bonus, it works. When it comes to this here, it's hard to test, but I'm assuming it works as well when we use our ultimate, so not a big issue. But when it comes to his A5 bonus, when it comes to our ultimate damage, getting a 60% crit damage increase, if this doesn't work, I'm assuming this doesn't work too, so that's up to the devs to decide. I'm not going to test out the ultimate skill damage. There's no point, right? We don't really care about Goto's ultimate skill damage, but we care about this. So this doesn't work. This works. This works. His E. That works just fine. This passive is applied. And its weapon works too, so nothing really that glares to me as a big problem besides the A5 passive. So Netmarble, please fix the A5 passive, but everything else works. I don't know what people are testing. I'm kind of confused. I don't watch any videos. I don't know what people are doing. I just took the info and tested out myself. So there you go. There's Zaff's testing done. Let me know your thoughts. Are you a fan of Goto? Should he get fixed? And will he become better? Not so much. He's still a fantastic, as I said it before, he is a fantastic early to mid-game hunter, the best in the game, bar none. But when it comes to late game, the only issue is he doesn't have content. Otherwise, he would be good, right? Goto would be good. His damage is okay. His break is good. His buffs are good too. I mean, come on, Goto is good, right? But he's a skippable unit. If you already beat Baron Hard Mode, there is no point for us if we beat Baron Hard Mode to summon form. So please understand, if you haven't beat Baron Hard Mode, Goto is a great option. But also, I gotta say, for the Simulation Gate Tier 30, with Goto, not too bad. With a million power deficit, we were able to pretty much do it, so good to know. Goto isn't bad, he's just a misunderstood hunter. But on that note, hope you enjoyed a pretty long video testing this out. If you enjoyed, drop your like, make sure to subscribe, that way you don't miss out on future content. But also, if you haven't, make sure to support us on MRO Support Program, that way you don't miss out on free codes. Again, we have a bunch of codes sent out, so please support. I want to make sure everyone gets these benefits. On that note, this is your Code King Zaff, signing out.